Ladies and gentlemen, you have returned to I Was Just Thinking podcast. We are your hosts. This is John Farmer. I'm James Wilson. And if you're watching this right now, just reach down. There's a subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it, comment, tell us what you think. Tell us what you don't think. But but welcome back. John, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Just living another day. Another day, another dime.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
Well, they say another dollar, but nowadays that's a dime.
Nowadays, it's the dime. Yeah, I'm
um,
living the broke life, man.
well, you know what I learned this week? I learned that there's an actual a fear of money.
Fear of money.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I have. That's my problem. I should draw some disability from that.
Yeah. I don't.
Fear of money.
I don't know what the rating is, but
I just gotta get rid of it when I have it.
Yeah. I mean,
fear of money. What's that called? Some weird ass name.
it's Plutophobia.
Monopoly phobia. Pluto?
The monocle phobia. No, the damn Plutophobia or something.
Plutophobia. Fear of money. Okay.
And I just learned this week. What happened is I was thinking about one of my fears that I have is being stranded in an ocean. Yeah, I was watching this article about it was like some World War II story or something. These soldiers or sailors got hit and they all had to jump off ship. There was like 1,000 of them just floating for like 3 days out in the water, and about 400 of them were picked by sharks.
Yeah, I remember
So they just
seeing that. Yeah.
But that's one of my things. Like if I went overboard, I'd probably have to find a way to like drown myself, really, because I mean it would just kill me just floating.
Yeah, that would suck, dude.
Just waiting to get eaten or something.
I'm sure like there's a phobia of the ocean. I know, like I guess it's called aquaphobia, fear of water.
Aqua bad.
I'm sure it's a different fear of the ocean because the ocean's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Some of these phobias don't seem irrational. Like, I'm scared of the ocean, the deep blue sea.
Billy Ocean. Got a fear.
Man, especially if I'm stranded at sea, that's pretty scary. Man, I guess that would be rational fear, though. That's rational.
Yeah.
How does it become irrational when it's just like a cup of water sitting there, you freak out?
Like it starts shaking or something. You're like, oh no.
I know there's like arachnophobia. I guess I don't have that anymore, but as a kid, like, sure, I had arachnophobia. I was afraid of insects. I got stung once, like, right here.
Good Lord.
On the eye, playing in a sandbox, and after that, I guess, had an irrational fear of bees. I had these giant sticker bushes outside my house, and I'd have to walk past them when I go outside, so I'd get a blanket to, like, cover myself when I walk by them, and then I'll just sit the blanket in the driveway. That worked pretty well. But yeah, I guess from a traumatic
that one to fall into the bush?
Just from, no, the bees are everywhere.
Especially
in the spring. There's so many. The bees would be all over the bushes in the spring. I would have to protect myself. Is that rational or irrational?
Well, what I would do was, so me and some of our friends would do was like, if there was like a yellow jacket's nest or something in the ground, we'd run and jump over back and forth.
Okay, so no phobia for you then.
Yeah, I was on the opposite side of the spectrum on that one.
Yeah, I guess it was from a traumatic experience. The bee landed right on me, and I just froze. And then it stung me, and of course freaking out like 5 or 6 years old. So I didn't like bees after that. Now I'm good. We're good. Me and bees are cool.
Me and the bees, like this, son.
I was the same way with cockroaches as a kid. I didn't want to even see them, be near them. If I saw one in the house, like, I would not be able to sleep. If I saw one in my room, I would go sleep downstairs. And it was like that for a few years, I guess, as a kid. I was like not 10 years old.
This is really I don't know if I should call it a fear or not. But I'm not the biggest fan of cockroaches. If I see them, I would like walking around with some shit for like an hour and a half later. Like, you know what? If there's the rest of the family in here, these motherfuckers got to go too.
But I guess at what point does it become irrational? Like, it becomes a phobia. It becomes an irrational fear.
Well, there's one, and I had to write it down because there's no way I'm going to remember the name of this crap.
But, yeah, we're not a thesaurus people.
Sorry, I was just singing the Biggie lyrics. Smiles every time. The cover of the source.
Okay, Biggie is a thesaurus.
But sorry. So the fear is the fear of peanut butter getting stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Yes, I'm looking that up now, and that is a real phobia. Where was it? I guess so. The fear is getting peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth. It's not. It's not necessarily fear of peanut butter.
Yeah, it's just a mild discomfort.
Like, so would
for a second I got to dig this shit out.
The person with the phobia, would they still eat peanut butter? But like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. The phobia of getting peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth. That's a new one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some. I mean, that's the thing. If somebody brought that up and said, you know, hey man, you want some peanut butter? No, I have a real fear of it. I'm like, the fuck you talking about?
It's cool. I have a phobia, so no, I don't want to. It's like, oh, okay. What if we start recognizing people's phobias, like, you know, like they identify as like, it would be like the new politically correct to identify with people's phobias and
You're the anti-spider.
Be weary of that. It's like, oh, he has a fear of spiders. Everybody's not gonna want to come with us to the haunted house or some shit. That's funny, dude. So apparently there's all kinds of stupid ass phobias. I only know the usual ones. What's the other one? Acrophobia. I used to have fear of heights when I was a kid. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you ever watch those web videos of those daredevils on top of a building or something? I watch them and it kind of stresses me out. I literally feel my skin crawl. My feet like start to tingle just looking at like, oh my God, he's so high up. I definitely wouldn't be doing the parkour stuff on top of a skyscraper. But I guess that's not a phobia because that is very rational thing to fear.
Yeah.
I'm not
losing your life.
Falling off of a skyscraper. Not necessarily a roller coaster or something, but...
Yeah, I have a fear of dying for some dumb shit.
I see...
no, I mean, it's... Actually, I was going to tell you, I used to build communication towers, so...
yeah, I've seen those videos. Like, the guy replaces the light bulb on top.
Yeah, I've had to do that before. So the highest I've climbed was 1,250 feet up one of those down in Savannah. One of those big ass antennas. It took an hour and 45 minutes to go up the ladder to.
So you like had the harness too?
Yeah.
That you kept like having to move to.
No, it was a little looser on the rules.
Okay.
You just unhooked it, threw it over your shoulder, climbed until you couldn't anymore.
Yeah, and then when you like ran out of slack or something.
They started. I did it for about 3 years, and then towards the end of it, they started having the little clips off to the side. But I mean, climbing when you're building it, I mean, the X bracing that goes up it.
Yeah.
I mean, you would just
I've seen
You just climb
some
up
of those
it,
videos.
undo the strap and slide back down.
I could not do that. That is insane. You would have to really love heights, love climbing to want to do that. I mean, I guess people who do it, they probably love it.
Yeah, I mean, it was
the
fun. I kind of miss it
adventure,
sometimes.
That's insane to just climb the towers to replace a light bulb. I don't even want to replace the light bulb in my kitchen because it's like directly above the sink. I gotta reach over it a little bit.
I gotta get the stool out. I'm the same way. I'm like, God damn it! I gotta get the two-step out, motherfucker.
Have you ever met anyone with like a phobia or anything? It seems like they're not. I've never met anyone with a phobia. Are they uncommon?
No, I mean, nothing that was like debilitating. Like, no. Well, when I was young, check this out. So when I was young, I was actually scared of the dark for a while.
Yeah.
Because when I was like 7 years old, my stepdad, he would go outside. Well, he would like wake everybody up. Hey. He's all right. Well, come on. I think there's somebody outside. So he goes to the front door with the fucking shotgun. I found out later this is all fake, and he's just fucked up. So he'd go to the front door with the shotgun. He's looking out there. And said, "Oh yeah." And he'd close it out. He said, "Come on out and whip me." Then he'd close the door and fucking turn off the lights and just leave me outside for about 20 minutes or so. And I'd be there just kicking the door. He's inside loving it. So
see that makes sense. Lots of the child phobias come from like traumatizing events or just being a kid.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess I was afraid of the dark for a while. That would, but yeah, that stems from a traumatic event. So that seems, that's understandable.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was the same way. I was traumatized by a bee landing on my face and stinging me in the freaking eye. Like right here.
You can see it in like a slow motion. This shit just coming down. That's.
I'm looking
But
at this one fear here, and it's the fear of long words.
fear long words.
And it is probably the longest word I've ever seen besides that Mary Poppins word. But whoever made it up has a sick sense of humor.
Sick bastard.
Is hippopotamonstrosiquipedaliophobia. Wow. That's impossible to say.
Word, bruh.
Why is that unusually long word just have to be the fear of long words? And that's a joke. That's got to be a joke because that's
It was like their road to recovery. I've got to name this shit.
I'm doing this for me. I'm overcoming this. Hippopotamonstrosiquipedaliophobia. Fear of long words, everybody.
Me and my daughter were talking about this, and like I said, because this has been just like fascinating to look up, just some of this stuff, and we were talking about that one, and I said, yeah. She's like, well, what about Mary Poppins? And I was like, yeah. I was like, what happens? I mean, I want to see the reaction of when this kicks in, when this fear starts. Like it does, like the movie was like super like, oh, stop.
Yeah, you'd like freak
Pause
out.
it. Let me get out of the room.
Have to stop the movie.
Stop the damn movie.
They definitely would not like that part of the movie when they're singing that song. That's for sure. But
See him 3 days later, naked in the woods with like a bottle of whiskey. Fucking Mary Poppins.
that would suck to have a phobia, especially as an adult. That's like debilitating. And I guess they would come from some kind of traumatic experience. But that would suck, dude.
Yeah.
Fear of long words. You can't even. You gotta read at a 5th grade level, y'all, to feel comfortable. That would suck. But apparently, there's a phobia for everything.
Yeah, when I looked up, I think they said there was over 500, like, cataloged
Shit, I bet
fears.
there's gonna be more than that.
Yeah.
Just
But I wonder do they reject some of these fears? I mean, who regulates it? And then when they come up, oh man, hey, I got a name for a brand new fear. Yeah, you never heard of this shit. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of lipstick.
There's this new phobia that is under debate, whether it's a phobia or not. An ergophobia.
Ergo.
It's fear of work, fear of doing work. People just say, no, it's not a phobia, it's just laziness. Maybe it is a real phobia, actually debilitate you from having a job. But I can see why people be debating that and saying, like, no, that's not a phobia. No one's drawing fucking disability from having ergophobia.
Hey, I lie in the bed too and curl up in a ball, fearing going to have to go to work every morning. So, oh,
I guess, have a little anxiety, but they can't deal with it.
I mean, who
A
would
lot
fund?
of anxiety, dude.
Let's just say you're going to go claim somewhere. Let's say you're trying for like a disability or something. They said, well, who would support you if you had a fear of working? I mean, what would you? I don't know. That's just one of the things I wonder. Like,
maybe if ergophobia became official phobia, like people would start getting it all of a sudden. It's like, hey, I'm drawing disability because I have ergophobia.
ergophobia. I'm rich, bitch.
I don't know if that's could be problematic phobia right there. Change the game. Fear of working. Here's another crazy one. Trypophobia. That's the fear of repetitive patterns or holes. So I guess like people see a beehive or even bubble wrap, they freak out. They can't be around it. That's really weird to me because like the perfect symmetry is like a thing of beauty. Usually,
yeah, that's why crop circles were so popular.
Usually symmetrical shapes and designs appeal to the brain, appeal to the eyes. But these people are just opposite. They're afraid of that shit. Afraid of symmetrical objects. Those poor people. I guess those people will not be designing any buildings or anything. They just like it random.
Yeah, that's.
But I've never met anyone with an actual phobia like that's like a mentally ill person with phobia. I mean, everyone says like, "Oh, I fear heights," or "No, I can't stand spiders." I don't know if that would technically be phobias. Spiders, I don't like spiders. They're gross. Pretty much any spider over a quarter size is like, no, I'm staying away from that. Keep away from me.
Yeah, quarter size is a pretty good size.
That doesn't seem
Good
irrational.
killing size.
Is that irrational?
No.
Then I don't have any phobias whatsoever. We're brave. That would be the worst though. To just be debilitated by some kind of phobia. You'd have to get therapy for it. I guess the only therapy would be exposure therapy, and that sounds like a lot of work actually. Like expose yourself to what you're afraid of and slowly build up a tolerance to it.
Or
That-
imagine,
That would be really hard.
did you ever watch the show Fear Factor?
Absolutely.
Would you have gone on there and done some of that shit?
I would have.
Like laid in the down bed of snakes or whatever?
I might have done the snakes. Definitely not the cockroaches or the spiders.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some of those. Like, nah, I would not.
Crawl
do
over
that.
my ears. Mm-mm.
Yeah, all those. I would do snakes. I would do any reptile, but not insects or spiders. I would not do that. Oh yeah, and the eating things.
Yeah.
I would not ever eat a bull testicle. I would just tap out right there. But I think those would be the only things in Fear Factor I couldn't get through is those eating ones and the tasting and the lime and the gross ones. I don't want that shit.
100-year-old clams. I mean, they were just unveiling. I was watching this video one time and they were talking about the, like, behind the scenes, and they were just, oh, yeah, let's try to do this. Let's try to do this. They just kept trying to push the envelope, and they kept doing it. Oh, yeah, let's do 100-year-old whatevers, and just see if they'll eat it.
Oh, shit, they really did it.
Oh, my God. Ugh.
See, yeah, I would just gag watching them. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
They should. All these phobias are so confusing. They should just make it how it sounds. Like, I see this one here. Phobia of bananas. It's called banana phobia. Why can't it all just be that simple? Banana phobia.
Banana phobia.
Up in the air phobia. Heights phobia.
A way up phobia.
I guess fear of heights and fear of flying would be like two different ones too.
Yeah, I think fear of heights is acrophobia.
Acrophobia. I only know that because of the ride at Six Flags. I've ridden that a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But the first time I rode it,
that, yeah.
the first time I rode it was crazy. Luckily, you fall so fast that it's only like 2 seconds of scary.
Yeah.
It's the build-up that freaks you out. And then it's just, boom, you're done. One time at Six Flags, the power went out while a bunch of people were up there. So they were on top of the tower of acrophobia, just sitting there for probably about 3 or 4 hours. My dad was pissed because none of the rides were working because the power was out. And, yeah, they were up there for quite a while.
Man.
That was fun.
Yeah, that would suck. There's a new fear. Getting stuck on the fear of getting stuck on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I guess claustrophobia, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
I went through this cave once in South Carolina, and I could only last a couple hours because it was so tight. And I didn't think I had claustrophobia, but I did. But the worst part was the entrance to this cave is literally like a manhole cover.
Yeah.
That you just have to climb in. Who the hell would want to do that? It's just like, I'm going to climb in here, see how far it goes, and it goes for miles. I'm going to keep climbing through caves. Yeah, I think claustrophobia would be a big one.
You know what, really?
I think that would probably be very common, especially with today and everyone's freaking anxiety, man.
Yeah. Fear of anxiety. You really be screwed with him.
The fear of anxiety, yeah, man. You just
I'm anxious for my fear, and fear for my anxious.
You'll have to be the most laid back person in the world, or you're just gonna freak yourself out. I like this one. Omphallophobia is fear of belly buttons. And I can understand that because they're very scary. And every belly button's a little different, and they're just like
They're
really
like
scary.
snowflakes.
They're like snowflakes. None of them are the same. You ever see those big Audis too? It's like Audis like come out inches. I used to see some of the kids in summer camp be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
That was always funny.
I think the biggest Audi I ever seen was about a half-inch out.
Half inch.
Yeah, it was about, I don't know, maybe close to an inch. That thing was like a fucking, like a big nipple sticking out the big of the stomach.
See, imagine someone with belly button phobia seeing that. Would they freak out because it's an Audi, or would they not because it like is an Audi? It's like that's not as scary as a belly button because it's an Audi. No, I don't know.
It's like an udder.
Udder.
Udder phobia.
We got phobias for days here. If any of y'all have any crazy phobias, let us know. Be like those Reddit forums. Someone will leave a comment like, I have phobia of getting peanut butter stuck to the roof of my mouth. It's no way to live.
Like,
it's terrible, terrible way of life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no way to live. But you know what is a way to live? Watching our podcast. So, well, thanks for joining in, everybody. Comment, let us know if you got some fear that we've never heard of or don't know what it's about. Give us a comment and let us know. We'd love to learn something. As always, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.